Today's conference is being hosted by the CENTROPE region. CENTROPE, meaning Central European region, is located in the heart of Europe, encompassing the borders of 4 countries: Austria, Slovakia, Hungary and the Czech Republic, representing a region that, from investment point of view, is offering great potential, not only but particularly in the clean tech sector. What makes the CENTROPE region so special is an economic growth rate well above the EU average. A growth rate, first of all, generated by its 7 million inhabitants from the joint border regions, a growth rate that also is generated by a business structure mainly based on small and medium enterprises. Whilst money is a key driver for economical growth, an innovative industry sector such as clean tech requires ideas and education.
To fulfill the 20% European Union goal until 2020, the Czech Republic, Hungary and the Slovak Republic, they have to double their ratio of renewable energy produced in relation to the energy consumed, from today about 6 to 7% up to 13 to 14%. Which main barriers, Mr. Hager, do you think are there still, especially in the Slovak Republic, to reach this goal until 2020?
Well, first big problem is tradition. The unwillingness of the current players on the market to allow this development of alternative energy.
Yes, they are also in Hungary main barriers, of course. There's also the financial question, so it is also a big barrier in Hungary. However, it is also the missing legal environment and the legal background. So, for example, if you, as a house owner, wants to install some solar panels on your houses, then there is absolutely no legal background for putting your own produced electricity into the grid.
For me, it is a question of decentralized models in the market, but I think we see what others do. We see an open market in Europe with decentralized houses or utilities or companies. And that's the goal for me. To your first question, we need an European master plan for the willing of change and acting in Europe. And that's, for me, the key issue.
This is especially on the Hungarian market, but I think it is also typical for the region that a developer is not willing to develop energy-friendly or sustainable building in general, because a developer wants to build fastly and a cheap building to sell it on the market. And that's it. What we are doing now in Hungary and also in the entire region, that we try to bring these different stakeholder groups together and try to explain them the advantages of a green building, that a green building has a lower energy consumption, a lower CO2 emission rate, and so on and so on. It is more healthy for the building users or end users. This is cheaper on a long term for the operators.
I mean, in Austria, it's like we have this business, green building business, is backed very much on subsidies. In Lower Austria, for instance, there is no house gets a subsidy without, which has more than 50 kilowatt hours per square meter energy use. And in future, it will be every new house shall be a passive house, as far as I know, in Austria, but backed with subsidies.
Subsidies helps. That's what I know from Czech Republic. They have this Zelená úspora. You get roughly 15,000 euros. Conditions are 15 centimeters of isolation. The windows must be isolated. You must have either some heat power or either photovoltaic, whatever you can choose, and that helps. People are choosing this now.
If the people drive with an electric car, they see the difference and they love it more than another one. And so it's same if you have a very big computer or a laptop. It's a change of the system.
I mean, one topic is to create an European smart grid with all over the utilities companies. So we can build up European markets, we can build up European products, but we don't build them up without a European smart grid.
The chance for the future could be that the small and the big do not work against each other, but it's better to cooperate.
Do you see this new race for the CENTROPE region, where we are in as positive as Mr. Parker does globally? Why do you think the CENTROPE region is a good place for investment?
With 36 universities and 250,000 students, CENTROPE has a lot to offer. 3 international airports and 2 river ports allow for easy connections and transportation from and to CENTROPE. CENTROPE is still a young region, and the initiative has been started just 7 years ago. Its dynamic can be experienced when talking to entrepreneurs and scientists in the region. It is this spirit that decision makers in business and in politics from the region like to foster for a framework of cooperation and support measures.